Hey guys, what's up? The mic working? Yeah, mic working. Okay, cool. Getting it fucking started here. Motherfucker. Hey man, what's up? Putting on my fucking apron. I haven't put an apron on since the old school cooking days. That's long time ago. I always hated putting on fucking aprons. I got it. I think I got it. I think I got it. Did I get it? Yeah, I got it. Cool. So I tried a new angle. We shall see if it's better than the last one. I'll get other people's opinions. To be honest, I'm not sure what's best, so we're gonna see. Nice. Dude, I have like so many fucking aprons. You don't even know. Like, I have so many. But, yeah. Certain ones that I like to use. This one's pretty clean, so, well, is it better than... I don't know if you remember the last time. It's more this camera here. Oh, wow. It's more the camera on me. Like, is it better that it's on me like this, or, like, coming from, like, this way? So, like, where you see the whole kitchen, like that. So, I don't know what's better. So, I put it like this to try it out. But, we're going to see in the end, I guess. Oh, fucking back's hurting. But, yeah, so, basically, what I'm thinking of so far, I'm going to make some kind of sloppy steak sandwiches. I'm going to make some kind of salad involving tomatoes, well, cherry tomatoes, and, what do you call them? What are they called? Oh my god, snap peas. Yeah, that's why I picked it like this. It's funny, it's really funny, because my laptop is literally inside of a cabinet. So I have to move some dishes around, but I mean, I think it's okay. What I might end up doing is, because I have a real mic, now I'm using just the camera. I might undo my mic and then put it also in here, so I have better quality of sound. Should be still okay, but yeah. Or I might transfer it to this one, actually. Give me 1 second. It's kind of funny, because, like, yeah, the setup's kind of cool, but just funny how it shows up. I'm gonna tell me if there's a huge change. So, is it better? It's better now, right? Yeah. I swapped it to this camera here, and instead of it being like this camera, so yeah, for sure. Because it's like right here, I'm like I could like eat my camera almost. So I think I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna pop my oven to 375. Okay, that puppy's going. Big fucking bag of sweet potatoes. Look at that shit. Look at the price. $2.99 for a gigantic, ultra big bag of sweet potatoes. Can't go wrong with that. So let me just see. Yeah, I need a little bit of a sharpening action. Where's my homing rod? What the fuck? Huh? Bad drugs. Okay, that's... Oh, wow. It's literally right in front of my face. So you always want to follow the angle that you sharpened it. So I sharpened it at about, what is it? Like a 20%. Some people sharpen like this. I don't. I've always done it this way. It's also safer. So, yeah. And you kind of want to put a little bit of force. Should be okay. Yeah, it's fine. Wait. There's a big motherfucking bag of potatoes in the way of the camera. I'm gonna try not to fucking damage it. Put this like that. Now, what is happening? My phone is vibrating. So, I don't know what I should do. I think I'm probably gonna do fry. What looks sexier? Okay, what do you think is better, a mash or fries? But keep in mind, it's sweet potatoes, so it's probably going to be a bit like on the mushy side. So I'm thinking either like a mash or yeah, I don't know. Actually, I could do like chips, like big round chips. But hey Daisy, what is up? What is up? Do you like this angle better, Daisy, or do you like it the other way? If you like it the other way better, I will do that the next time, because I don't want to fucking change this whole setup, but... Okay, cool. Nice. So, so the question right now, because you guys are kind of deciding what I'm cooking in a way, would you rather see sweet potato, like, round chips, or would you rather see a mash? I will let you guys decide amongst you two. Because, yeah, I don't have anyone else right now. Tell me, please. Okay, so basically, from what it is currently right now, it's going to be some kind of sloppy steak sandwich. I'm not going to do the steak part yet. You're going to see after I do this. This takes the most time to cook, whatever it is, so I'm doing it first. Okay, do we concur on the mash? Or do you want to see chips? Miss Daisy. I'm not going to drive you to an answer. Oh wait, you're not going to get the reference. You're too young for that. Even I'm a bit too young for that one. Oh, it's fucking Nico. What is up? No. I'm making myself food right now. Unfortunately. That's how it fucking is. So, what am I doing? Okay. She gets 2 votes to mine 1. No, that doesn't work that way. It's a democracy here, okay? Everyone gets fair votage. Wait, I wash out going to get say mash, but it's a sandwich to make chips. Hey, OTK, what is up? What is up? So, chips. So, we got 1 vote for chip. It's not, okay, you're going to see. It's not like chips, but it's, I could theoretically eat it with my hands, but it's not, per se. So, mash or, I'm going to call them rounds. What do you guys want? Mash or rounds? Mash or rounds? That's cool. I've never seen that show before, but I heard it's pretty cool. You know what's fucking funny? I told someone this kind of this scenario of like, what if? Oh, what the fuck was it exactly? Anyway, I don't remember exactly what I said, but apparently that's the whole basis of Supernatural. Like, my explanation on a show that I want to see is what Supernatural is, and I was like, what the fuck? That's funny. But yeah, cool. Thanks, I appreciate it a lot. And I don't know if you remember what I said about last time with lurking. Mute the tab, but don't mute inside of Twitch, because then it doesn't count as a view. So I don't know if you could do that. I use Microsoft Edge. Then you can mute tabs individually, or you can just mute the whole site. I don't know. Anyway, enjoy the dinner with the in-laws. I don't know how enjoyable that will be, but yeah. Okay. Since no one else is weighing in, do I have to be the deciding vote? OTK, would you rather see me make a mash or potato rounds? So, like, basically, like... Okay, so it's going to be chips they're gonna kind of look like this. So what do you want? Actually, you know what? In the end, me doing this won't change the final choice. So I'll do it anyway for now. So basically, if you want to be really safe, by the way, when you do this, okay, I guess I'm doing rounds. So you could cut like this, okay? But you have to hold it in place, right? What you could do, a trick, if you can, you cut, I don't know if you're seeing what I'm doing. Oh, wait. This probably be a better angle, guys, actually. Yeah, okay. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna cut, is that better? Yeah. You're gonna cut a little bit of this. Wait, it has to be flush. Yeah, that's about good enough. So basically what happens is, because it's flush, it won't move as much, right? So what I'm doing right now is I'm cutting it quite thin. Oh, I just hit my camera. Fuck me. Okay, that's going all the way back there. I don't want to hit my camera again. So I'm cutting these rounds. I'm going to throw it in an oven at 375. I would put it higher. The problem is that it's sweet potatoes. It could burn. So, okay, so when you hit this point, you're basically like just doing it like this. Hold it down like this. Don't do it like this because you're gonna cut your fingers. Do it like this. And when you're cutting, you gotta push down. Dude, I'm never gonna cut my hands. Don't worry. So you're going like this. That final, when you hit the edge, and it's, I know most people's instinct is to go this way, right? But it's safer to just turn it over and complete the cut. Okay, so just be careful when you're doing this. Always do it like that, because you never fucking know what could happen. So basically, if I could just turn it over this way, just to show you what I will be doing. Wait, you're not, I'm not there yet. I'm basically just putting them flat so they cook evenly. And if I do it this way, it won't take as long to cook. So the width doesn't matter as much. It's more the thickness that matters. Because, yeah, you want it to cook evenly, right? So, fucking wires, man. Bad boy. Bad boy. Okay. Next potato. Okay. Cut the edges. Bam, bam. Trying to hurry this up a little bit. What I'm going to be doing next is going to do like a quick marinade for the steak. And then I will proceed to cutting the steak. Why I do the marinade beforehand and not at the same time? Because I want the marinade to be nice and mixed. You're going to see in a second what I mean. You're also going to see a very quick way to make marinades without making a mess. Because I avoid messes like the fucking plague. Okay, so OTK, what the original basis on what I'm doing is to let you guys decide a bit of what I'm doing. But the idea is I'm going to be making like steak sandwiches. So, hey, Standard, what the fuck is up, man? It's been a while. How you doing, buddy? I really appreciate you being here. So it's going to be, I have steak in the fridge, right? And I made steak the last stream. We weren't here, unfortunately, but I made steak. I made a nice, sexy steak. You could see it in the VODs. So I wanted to use steak, but I wanted to do it in a different way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it nice and thin. I'm going to marinate a little bit. I'm going to cook them separately, pan-seared, and then I'm going to make a nice sandwich out of it. I'm trying to incorporate different ways how to use the same kind of product. So you're doing your best to try and keep, well, I'm doing my best to try and keep the thickness so that everything cooks evenly and it's sexy. And that's the most important part is it's sexy. So, almost done. That one's a little bit thick, but it's not a huge difference. Okay. Now, the only difference between the two choices that you guys had was basically the chips I'm keeping as is, whereas the mash, I had to add an additional step. Well, 2 steps. I basically had to mash it, and then I had to season it again. Whereas this, I'm probably not going to season it again. It's probably just going to be the way it is. So, I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. So it kind of looks like this, and it's going to be super simple. I'm gonna season it here. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Can I do it like this? Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Look at that, fucking sexy. I love this. Okay, so basically, it's gonna be super simple. All extra virgin olive oil. Doesn't have to be extra virgin, but that's what I have. I'm gonna try and thumb it. Well, just try and do it at an angle. Yeah, sweet potatoes, or I guess. Do Americans call sweet potatoes yams, or is it completely something else? I think it's the same thing, right? So, try and do it at an angle. Normally I thumb to put less liquid, but if you control with the angle how much comes out, it's not going to be as bad. But what's important is you do want to olive oil it, or you do want to oil it so it cooks a little bit crispier. So the spices I'm going to be putting on next will stick. Ideally, you use a brush for this, but you know what? I have a finger, so I'm just gonna fucking do it that. There's 2 on the side. They're gonna be maybe fucked up, but I'm giving them a fighting chance. Next thing I'm gonna do some salt action, just some Himalayan salt. Crack this shit on. Okay, black pepper. This here is where you could kind of experiment when you do it yourself at home. Use whatever you think is going to be nice in a roast. You can't really go wrong. The important thing is that you actually season it, whereas most people don't season it very much, and then yeah, you end up with like a bland kind of thing. But yeah, okay, this is going to be Korean red pepper flake, and that's really spicy. You know what? I'm gonna put it in my palm. I mean, I'm going to cup it, I guess. And I'm going to do it very lightly because, yeah, I don't want to put too much of this. It's quite spicy. But it's going to be nice because, obviously, sweet potato is sweet. So to have a little bit of spice makes it nice. Sometimes I rhyme. But, yeah, not intentional. Okay. Distributed quite lightly. Now, what else can I put? I think lemon is gonna be nice. So I'm putting where are you? Lemon herb. Oh, sorry, sorry guys. A little bit of lemon herb mix. Not a whole lot. Just a little bit. A little bit of Italian mix, which is basically like basil, oregano, probably not thyme, a little bit of parsley, I think. This is good to go, okay? So, I'm gonna pop this in the oven. And now we can move on to the show. So, I grab the steak. You literally smell the age on it. It's getting there. It's getting a bit old. So it's good that I'm using it now. Whereas maybe tomorrow wouldn't have been as good. So what's important is a sharp knife. I'm gonna be completely honest. My knife is pretty sharp, but it's not as sharp as I'd like it to be for this. But I'm gonna do my best. I will probably fuck up, but I'm going to do my best. So, what I want, my goal is to get nice flush pieces. So, as wide as possible, not just stringy shits. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy. So, basically, I'm going to kind of try and do it like that. But we're going to end up seeing what's going to happen. So when I'm doing this, just be very mindful of where your knife is, where the fuck your hand is. I don't want you cutting yourself. But what you're doing, you're basically pushing your hand that's holding here. You're pushing it down, right? And then the knife, you're kind of trying to slide it underneath your hand in a way. It's hard to explain, but when you're cutting, you're also forcing upweight, and your hand's forcing down. So when you do the combination, it gets a thinner slice, and it's a little bit more accurate. Just be super, super careful. Oh, wait a minute. I do my marinade. Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm going to do my marinade first. It's probably more important. And I'm going to go wash my hands so I don't contaminate anything. Okay. Oh, I get a little raggy do. More rags. I guess I'm using napkins. You know what, guys? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get a rag. My old cooking rags. Okay. So, how you guys normally marinate something? You use a bowl or you use something like that? I just use a Ziploc bag. You're gonna end up saving so much on fucking washing. Ideally, I know it's not like super amazing for the environment, but at the same time, like I do my best in other ways. So I put a bowl. Why I put a bowl? So it doesn't, and I could just throw shit inside and I don't have to worry about it going anywhere. So what I do, yeah, I don't. Oh, I'll start over so you guys can see. I'm doing this motion, okay? So I'm opening up the bag. As I open up the bag, I'm folding it over the bowl. That way the bowl does not get fucking dirty. And the meat was on the other side of the board. The bowl is clean. So, how I started off. Olive oil, like everything else. I don't want a crazy amount. I don't want a fucking soup. But I want it to be nice. I'm going to put some rosemary. You got to be careful with rosemary how you use it because I don't know if any of you had this before, but if fucking rosemary gets stuck in your tooth or your gum, it kills. So you want to make sure that it's going to be cooked afterwards so it's a little bit soft so it doesn't hurt you. But I love rosemary with anything, basically. Throwing in some thyme. Okay, I'm going to put in some wine. The really, really shitty red wine that I bought that I use for cooking. So a little bit of red wine. This is gonna help break it apart a little bit. I'm doing a very quick marinade, by the way, so don't expect to be huge differences. It's just a little bit for flavoring, mostly. Putting a little bit of pre-cut garlic. I want the different spectrums of flavor. So I want umami as well, right? So there's a sauce, a Korean sauce. It's called, oh, I don't even know. No, there's no English name. It's just Korean. It's very, very sweet. It has a lot of umami. They're used for dumplings. So I'm gonna throw some of that in there. I'm going to throw in, by the way, the sauce is going to be Asian sweet, umami-ish, just to give a mental picture. I'm using some satay. I don't know if you guys ever used this before. You use it a lot in like a hot pot or like in sauces, as well as stocks. It's very powerful. You don't need much. You just need a little bit. It basically smells like almost like sesame seed, but not really. It's almost like a barnyard taste. Chinese black vinegar. Just gonna put in a little bit. If I can get it open. Nope. This is the one I can't get open. Nope. I'll try the other one. I should have another one here somewhere. No, I guess forget about that. I'm gonna put a tiny bit of hoisin. That's gonna be important because it's sugar based. So when it cooks, it's gonna like caramelize a little bit. It's gonna be fucking sexy. And because I have an overabundance of bullseye sauce, I'm gonna throw some of that in there. I have like a lot of bullseye sauce. It was on liquidation where I worked, so that puppy's going in there. Bullseye is amazing. Ever since I was a kid, it was probably one of my favorite sauces. I think we're okay. Okay, so I have umami in there. Oh, I need see if I have soy sauce. I don't know if, Okay, I'm gonna throw in the tiniest bit of sesame oil. You'll need a tiny bit, and you're gonna taste it right away. That definitely is gonna give a little bit of a nice umami. And my oh, there it is. There it is. You big boy. Oh, where are you? Well. A little bit of oyster sauce. I'm not going to put sesame oil, I'm going to put oyster sauce. Okay. And that's it. That's what we're going to do. I think I got some oyster sauce on my nose there. No, yeah, imagine. You know what? I'm sure some people have cooked with energy drinks, but it must be fucking gross. It's like cooking with Coke. There was, when I was in catering, it was fucking popular. It was, Coke mayo, which is, it tasted basically like mayonnaise, but like you throw more, like a whole bunch of sugar inside. Fucking gross. Anyway, I'm gonna give it a little bit of a toss, but it's almost not necessary. It's more to break up the clunks. Yeah. So because you're gonna see what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna put this on the side. Maybe I need to reuse it. Okay, so now. Take my clean bowl, put it on the side. Okay, this is a super cool technique. You want to remove a lot of air from the bag. What you do, you're tipping the top up, and you're pushing down, and you're removing all the air. I don't need it to be as good as I will when I have the meat inside. So I'm just gonna zip it up right now. So doesn't make a mess, and I'm just gonna mix it like this. Why I remove the air? Because now the liquid has no choice but to pass through. Can anyone give another thing that you do like? But yeah, so I'm just giving it a nice little mix. Okay, perfect. Now I'm gonna get that bag again. And what's nice is it didn't touch the top. So I'm gonna just redo it like that. Bamtastic. I put this on the side. Out of the way of my knife. And then I'm gonna start cutting now. Okay. So I'm disclaiming myself right now. I'm probably gonna fuck up. I'm gonna do my best. Either way, the sandwich is gonna be nice. Doesn't have to be perfect cuts, but like I said, push down with the hand you're holding, push up with the knife. But not to, if you think you're going to hurt yourself, don't do it. Oh, no problem, buddy. Oh, it's not that bad. I thought my knife would be less sharp. It's not that bad. Even this is still too thick. It's still too thick, but it'll do. It's going to be easier once I get to the thicker part. Now there's a lot of clumps of nerves and fat. I shouldn't even... I'm going to pan fry this, the ends, but I'm not going to put it in my sandwich. Why? Because I don't know how many of you like getting clumps in your sandwich. Nice. I'm like a super big fan of fucking mashed potatoes. I fucking love mashed potatoes. I don't know who doesn't. That's not bad. See, like, okay, so I cut. It's not a perfect cut, but it's not bad. It's okay for what I need it for. When you're cutting, I'm not doing this also, but you're trying to do it in one motion. It's also easier to cut. Yeah, see, I got it way better this time. See, yeah, this is what I want. See, like, it's not super micro thin, but it's also not like super thick either. And you try and do it as much of an angle as possible. I kind of failed a little bit of that, but see, look, I made a mistake. I did it super thick. I don't know if you could see. It's kind of thick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to butterfly it a little bit. Yeah, but you know what's fucking sick? I don't know if you've ever done this. I learned this, like, this is the way I do it when I used to do it in catering, is you roast the potato and then you mash it. You don't boil it and then mash. You know why? Because the starch, when you roast it, is much thicker. So when you're doing the mash, the flavor is fucking crazy good. Like I was telling someone in one of the Discords. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go back to what I'm gonna say, but basically what I was doing was I was cutting it again. I was trying to butterfly it. It fucked up, but you know what? Some mistakes are okay for what you're doing, so it's fine. When you boil something, when you cook something in liquid, the flavor expands. So the flavor, let's say this is the center. The center is your food. The flavor is here. When you're doing any kind of liquid, boiling, steaming, flavor comes out. It's no longer held in the center. It's spread out. It's removed from the center. When you're doing any kind of dry cooking, it goes inside. It stays more concentrated. So depending on what you're doing, there's different techniques. I say roast the potatoes first. There's more flavor. And obviously you eat for fucking flavor. I know some people eat for nourishment. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about really, but you guys know what I mean. So the steak is almost done. It's getting harder as I go to the tip. Doesn't sound very good, but okay. So this one I'm gonna butterfly. Okay, that's okay. So now I'm throwing in the pieces in my sauce. Well, my marinade. Yeah, it smells fucking nice. The ends, I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to salt, pepper it. And I'm also going to do the same thing. I'm just going to pan fry and eat it as is. So I'm going to remove the end here, because I know already that I'm not going to use it on this one as well. And I'm gonna cut it widthwise now, and not like at an angle, because a lot of fat. So you guys should never do this, what I'm doing right now, because if some of you don't know how to cut, you could really hurt yourself, and I don't want anyone to hurt themselves. Always cut away from your hand, never cut in the direction of your hand. That's the number one rule when you're using a knife. So follow that rule, you should be more than safe. Accidents happen, but the accident could be way better or less painful or less grave if you do it the right way. Oh yeah. Just some. Nice, okay. That's a nice cut. The steak just made a farting noise. I don't know if anyone ever heard that. But yeah. I'm going to check on those potatoes in a second because I see a lot of steam coming out of my oven. So that usually means shit is happening. Okay. So now, steak is pretty much done. Adding it all in here. By the way, guys, this is a complete experiment. I've never done this before. If it turns out amazing, I give you guys the techniques how to do it. If it turns out really bad, forget about it. Pretend it didn't happen. But yeah, so basically the beef is in the bag. Okay, so now you want to give it a little bit of a mix, like a little bit. The top of the bag always up, and you're just pushing, right? You're pressing it down. It forces the marinade to go inside of the layers. Ideally, what you do is you add in each piece separately and you mix so that it never touches, so that two pieces don't touch together, and you know. But this is my way, the fast way. So now what I'm doing, I mix it. So now I'm removing the air. Slight taps, and you're pushing the air in the direction of the whole of the bag. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this fork. Okay, almost at the end. Zip it up. Battery's running low. Okay, I gotta charge my laptop. Give me 1 second. Shit. I can understand why my friend sold it. The battery doesn't last very long. Doesn't bother me. There it is. Alright guys, back in business. Buddy, I've been beating meat for a long time now. I have a lot of experience. Oh wait, I shouldn't have said that. Oh well. Cat's out of the bag. I'm gonna just do one thing. Oh, fuck. It's annoying. Okay, we have 1 second, guys. Like I said, this is still new to me, so I have to still play around with setups. Yeah, this is gonna be good. Bam. Alright, cool sauce. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this. Now I reopen the bag a little bit to leave one segment open, and now I'm really forcing the stuff to try and go in my direction. Before I was a bit nervous. Now there's only one part open, so it's all forced to one side, and bam. This works with a lot of things, by the way. You could use this with a lot of different applications, but see, look at this. There's no air in here. Well, very little. So what's gonna happen, because there's no air, the liquid is forced to meet with the meat, and we're good. So that is I'm gonna keep it on the side. The meat, I'm also gonna keep on the side. You know what? I'll put it in the bowl that I was talking about, because it's already dirty, I guess. I'll put it on the side. I'm gonna give a very, very fast cleaning of my board. Ideally, you wanna clean it very good, but like I told you guys in the last video, it's beef. For me, it's like I could even cook directly. I mean, I could cook directly on this. I'm fine with it, but because I'm trying to show you guys like a more professional kind of way, try and clean your board as much as possible. There's a disinfectant, not disinfectant, but antiviral, anti-infectious liquid, safe to consume. Scrub this down, give it a nice little scraping down, then grab my rag. I guess you're gonna be a napkin, so I don't want to ruin my other rag. And by the way, I took these from work. They were throwing them out. It's basically well, I work at a grocery. I used to be a butcher, so it was basically like sections of a cutting board, and I just took them all. So I took like 6 pieces. Now it's 3 pieces, so it's very huge. So I have a lot of space to cut and whatever. Okay. So let's check on the sweet potatoes. And they're pretty much already done. That was fucking fast. I need my gloves. Basically what I'm doing, like a normal person grabs a knife to like check. And what you want to do, if your hand goes all the way through, if your hand goes all the way through without any resistance, it's like perfectly done. There was a little bit of resistance on some, I'm throwing it back in, but it's pretty much almost done. Now, what are we gonna do? So now that's done. I'm gonna throw out the meat here, the packaging, and then we can work on the salad together. Because the meat's marinating, so the only thing left is basically everything else. So the potatoes are done. That's going to be ready to go. As soon as it's done on the plate, it's good. Now, for the salad. I have some cherry tomatoes. I'm going to use, well, that's the other thing, guys. So what do you want in a salad? I also have snap peas, which basically I could cook a bit, and then basically I have two sides. So I have the peas, and then I have a cold, like a hot and a cold salad. But I have cherry tomatoes. I also have some feta, which I already used technically in the other recipe. But I can just do a nice cherry tomato salad. What do you guys think? Because that's easy, it's fast. I can show you a nice way to just do it. And then, yeah, you know what? I could probably do that with a little bit of garlic. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, no. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cook the tomatoes as well. I'm cooking both. The snap peas and tomatoes. I'm going to pan sear it. It's going to be a nice hot salad. You're going to see what I mean. So I got this from the liquidation part. I'm going to see how it is. If I can't use it, I can't use it. I mean, I always cook on a budget. So a lot of these things basically are not out of your reach. You can find it in any of your grocery stores. Maybe if you're in a different part of the country, maybe some things will be a little bit harder as I do my streams. But for the most part, it's going to be okay. They're okay. There's some of them that are like not, like I wouldn't eat them, but for the most part, they're very okay. So, what you have to do, if no one's ever used these before, trying to get a better angle. Basically, there's two ends. There's like a line going through it. I'm just gonna cut the ends. I don't care about the line. I'm eating it hot anyway. No, they're not string beans. They're snap. String beans are longer. They're like circular and they're like long. These are snap peas. So you could basically like, there's little pods inside. So you just have to cut each end and then you could like stir fry it or whatever. I'm gonna cut the ends off. That's it. And then it's gonna be good to go. Get the bowl. Oof. Oof, I don't need this. Sorry, my boob was touching the side. Yeah, I need a knife for this. It's been a little while since I did this actually. So, very easy. Oh, touched. Well, okay, so I could wash my knife. I'm not going to. It's going to be hot. It's going to be cooked anyway. And it's beef. If it was chicken, I would clean fucking everything. You don't want salmonella. With beef though, especially from Canada, you're fine. You're not ever going to get sick. So what I'm doing, just cutting the tips, throwing it into my bowl. It's a little bit mundane and, well, simple, I guess, but that's also very good sometimes. So, the plan, I'm going to cut a few of these little bad boys. I'm going to make kind of like a sweet kind of dish, and I'm going to be cooking the cherry tomato as well. Oh my god. Nope. That is not what these called. I think, okay, I might be wrong on this. Someone could correct me. They're also called waxed beans. But, like I said, I could be wrong on that. They have different names. And like I told you guys, wait, ooh, I don't want that one. When you're cutting, your hand always here. So you're cutting like this. And you have to do that. And if you don't do it, especially as an amateur, you can get very hurt, and I don't want anyone to get hurt. So your thumb is always in, your fingers are always out, and you're always doing like this. Like pretend you're like a T-Rex or something with the inverted hands. So you're kind of like that. Throw it in. I did a lot of grunt work in the beginning, so used to doing just mundane shit. Like imagine like cutting like 3,000 of these or something. Like yeah, things like that. So I'm gonna cut like 1 pack. Should be more than enough. I'm probably gonna make too much, but it'll end up being my leftover for something. Ooh, put a little bit more of that one. Yeah. I don't like the way this one looks. But yeah, I'm going to take these. I'm going to cook these ones a little bit. And then I'm going to grab my my tomatoes. I'm going to throw them in. Okay, so this is not going to be directly in the sandwich. You're going to see what I mean. This is going to be a side dish. So I wanted something like starchy, something like a salad, and then the sandwich. I try and always do like 3 things, at least, maybe more. I could always do more, but at least try and do 3 different variations of things, or 3 different components in a dish. So, yeah, I'm also trying to eat a minutely amount healthier. So I'm trying to incorporate like veg and shit in my diet. I got a little bit stocky, so I gotta get a little bit thinner. So that's garbage. It's not good. If you guys, okay, there's a rule. If you're not willing to put it in your mouth and eat it, throw it away. Just like don't take a chance. It's better to throw away a little bit of money than throw away a little bit of your life, you know? Obviously, you cannot get fucking sick off a green bean unless you're like allergic, but yeah, still. So I'm almost done. It's a little bit laborious, but it's okay. I'm just gonna check on the potatoes very fast. Yeah, should be fine. Woo, that was hot. Okay. You guys ready for this? Okay, it's hot. I need a new glovey because this one, like, I don't know if you see the thumb area. It's like all burnt and shit. Like, I have immunity of heat for like 10 seconds, and then after that, it's like, oh fuck. So the chips are done. Now, oh, you know what I'm gonna fucking do? I'm gonna make a nice sexy mayonnaise for the chips. So that's gonna be another component. I'll show you guys how to make a nice mayonnaise. There's fucking millions of ways you can make mayonnaise, but well, okay, wait, let me go back. Not from scratch. I'll take already fucking done mayo and add stuff. I will make mayo from scratch though in a video or a live stream. So that way you guys know how to do it. It's ridiculously easy, like ridiculously easy, but it's a bit physical, and it doesn't last as long in your fridge because there's no preservatives. But the taste is like night and day. You will not think it's mayonnaise. That's how different it is from like the mayonnaise you buy in a store. So if you ever go to a nice restaurant and there's mayonnaise like for your fries, and you taste it and you're like, what the fuck is this? This is amazing. Probably because they make it from scratch. Okay, I'm not gonna use the rest. Bam. Bam, done. Wait a minute. I'm debating something. Okay, so wait, I wonder. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can help you with that. But, so, oh, my back. The tomatoes, I'm going to score them a little bit. And you know what? I told you guys I was going to do it 2 different ways. I mean, I was going to cook the beans a bit longer. I don't know. I'm going to do it in a pot. I'll do it one shot. Why I'm scoring it? So the liquid, because they're seeds, it comes out. And I don't want the seeds. I want a nice, like a caramelized kind of tomatoey kind of taste. So if I score it a little bit, it's gonna come out. How you make oof, this is a long time. It's called tomate concassé. It's the classic way of making tomatoes, cooking tomatoes without the skin, like removing the skin. That's basically what it's called. My training is classic French, so that's how I know these techniques. Do you use them in restaurants? 90% of the time, no. Unless you go really high-end, which basically that's what I did. Almost my entire career was high-end places. So, other than that, you probably forget about it. If you don't, this goes for anything in your life. If you don't do it enough, you lose practice, and then you just forget about it. So, it's always good to keep doing things if you really like them. Especially if if you study for it. Always keep track of it, because or else one day you're just gonna fucking lose it, and then Okay, how much more tomatoes do I want? By the way, why I use a serrated knife? I told this in the video last time. Normal knives are sharp, right? This will cut anything like with a little bit of ease. And it's lighter, so I could go. I'm not saying for you to do this at home, but if you see what I'm doing, I'm just making little indents because I know how to handle the knife without it cutting me. So basically, I'm going to show you how to do it. Go very slowly, up, down, turn it slowly, up, down, so it's like a cross, and that's what I'm doing. I forgot to put music. Wait. Someone should have told me. I'll try this one. Best of 80s, 90s pop. All these songs are pretty much, I mean, all the mixes are pretty much the same. So, oh, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want it to cut my VODs, so no music. I'm gonna either hire someone or I'm gonna promo someone for the music, because I know a few people that make music. So, yeah, I'd rather not take a chance. Okay, so the tomatoes are done. Basically, this is what you get. Oof. So as you can see, there's no ends. I'm gonna throw this in a pan, work some magic, and while that's happening, my meat is marinating like a little bit at a time. And then the last thing we're gonna do is the meat, because then as soon as it's done, we're finished. We're good to go. So let's see. Swivel this over here. Okay. I'm gonna over this a little bit. Oh, that's like a perfect angle. So I'm gonna be careful because I don't want it to hurt my camera. Because yesterday it was flashing a bit. So yeah, I love this. I love having fucking. I thought I was gonna get really lucky and get 2 cameras, but I got fucking 3 because I thought the laptop has a fucking camera inside it because I'm an idiot and I'm old. So now I'm gonna preheat the pan. Most things that you're cooking in life, you need a fucking hot pan. So get it hot before you throw something inside it. I remember I was like 19. I was in cooking. No, I finished cooking school and then I was living. I had roommates at the time. I never had roommates before. or after that, but basically she was cooking, she was going to cook Mexican, so she was making burritos, so she was cooking mincemeat. And, oh, I can't believe she did this. I don't, maybe some of you do this, but it pisses me off. Took a cold pan, put it on the stove, cranked up the heat, but it wasn't an induction burner like I have. It takes time. It takes 4 or 5 minutes for the pan to get hot. But it right away throws the meat in a cold pan and just starts breaking it, like without any heat. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm cooking the meat. I said, how are you cooking? It's cold. Oh yeah, it's gonna get warmer. It's gonna get warmer. It's fine. This is the problem. Because the pan is not hot, the liquids can't evaporate. So what ends up happening is when you're cooking it in a coldish pan and it's not super hot, it turns into like a soup, like there's a lot of liquid at the bottom, and then you're boiling the meat and you're not pan frying the meat. You're not cooking it properly. So remember when I said when you cook liquids, it expands the flavor, and when you're roasting or you're doing dry heats, it goes inside. So what ends up happening is because you're removing all the shit from the meat and you're taking it out, the meat itself is not going to have any flavor. So important, hot pan when you do things. So I'm waiting for it to get hot. The meat's going to be nice. I know. I can tell. So what are we putting in this? Because it would be nice to talk about this while I have time to talk about it. I'm going to throw a little bit of oil in the pan. But obviously we want more. I'm going to season in the pan. I'm not going to season in the bowl. Just makes sense that way. This is going to be a really sweet dish, to be honest. I would like more complexities because the sweet potatoes are sweet and a little bit tangy and there's a little bit of acid, but mostly sweet. The meat's going to be mostly sweet umami kind of flavor. So I'd like this to be a bit like maybe salty, maybe salty acidic. So I'm going to try and aim for that. So what could we do to make it salty and acidic? Well, one thing we're going to do, or we could do, just a little bit of butter. I know I already put oil. That's hot. I already put oil, but, well, I don't know if you fucking guys saw that. I took off from a hot pan, and I just, oh. Okay, so you see this is why you almost never cook with butter, like in this kind of way. It starts to brown, and you don't want brown butter, right? Sometimes you do for the flavor, but generally you don't. So I'm going to put the pan on the side. And I'm going to take the fucking butter off my fingers. Got fucking butter fingers. So that was funny. Okay, so I have a little bit of lemon juice that I'm going to add. What else could give a nice tang? You know what fucking nice? Horseradish. That's nice and it fucking bites you, right? So I'm going to put some of that in as well. No. I also have a little bit of Worcestershire, so it's going to add some... motherfucker. It's going to add in some umami and also some acid. So I'm playing with a lot of acids now. What else can I add? I said salty, right? So I'm going to get some soy sauce, which I said I wouldn't put. Oh, wait, no. I'm lying. Guys, I'm lying. Okay. Punzo sauce. This is basically... Oh, shit, my camera's getting hot. That's all good. Basically, punzo sauce is like acid and like salty. So, ooh, not good. It's okay. I thought I burned my camera because that fucking stove gets hot. So I'm gonna do that right now. I'm just gonna let it cool off a little bit, and yeah, let's get started. I can also throw in a little bit of ginger. So I have to work pretty fast. How do I work fast? We're gonna throw this in here first. How's that? I don't know if it's the heat that made it blurry like that, but yeah. Anyway, I hope not. Basically cooking that. Oh no, it's zooming in. Okay, good. Okay, cool. So how I'm gonna quickly do this? I'm gonna remove the sides. This is why preparation is super important, guys. So you don't have to stress out. I'm not stressed right now, but just saying. So squaring it off removes all the skins. You can use the carrots. You can do this with anything pretty much. So notice I'm not adding any of the liquids right now. If I start adding liquids, it's gonna boil, and I don't want it to boil. I also want to have some color. So how am I gonna cut this? I'm probably gonna like do some kind of julienne cut. Julienne basically means long strings, thin strings. And I don't know if you can see the holes that I made before are opening up a little bit. This is what we want. So basically, I'm gonna try and cut as thin as I can. You know what? I'm not even gonna julienne it. I'm gonna leave them nice and big, but very thin. You want to be very careful when you do this. But basically, I'm gonna have the Asian flavor. Just by adding the ginger, I'm already adding that flavor. So, yeah, I'm gonna add it in right now. I'm gonna let the ginger also roast. The fucking peas smell fantastic. I'm gonna keep this big chunk. The colors are also pretty vibrant, which I like. I love vibrant colors. So I'm gonna add in some of the. Where's mine? I gotta clean that. I'm gonna add some of the ponzu sauce. Woo! Hear that sizzle? I'm gonna add in some of that horseradish. Not a crazy amount because this stuff's pretty strong. Some of the Worcestershire. Not a crazy amount. And then some lemon juice. So now, give it a little bit of a toss. I'm going to do it away from my camera, just because I don't want to, here wait, I'll do so you guys can see. Just a little bit of a toss. I have liquid in here, so I got to be careful not to spill all over my face. Same for you guys, be careful of yourself, don't hurt yourself. And I'm going to put the heat down a little bit. Because I don't really need it super hot anymore. The pan's already super hot. With the combination of sauces that I have, it smells fantastic. It's also getting a bit thicker because of the sugars and the things that I added. So it's going to be a nice sauce, I think. We're going to see. I think it looks really nice. It looks much nicer in person. So the fries are done. The chips are done. That's done. I'm going to shut it off. And I'm going to put it right away in the bowl. It's pretty much good the way it is. And I don't want it actually super hot on the plate. It's kind of a misnomer because I said I wanted a hot salad. What I meant was I wanted it to be cooked a little bit. So I'm taking some of this extra liquid that's in the pan and I'm going to put it directly on it. As it gets colder, you're going to see it's going to thicken up a little bit. I'm actually going to put it in my fridge. so it thickens up, and then we have a nice cold-ish salad. And normally, like I did last time, I don't actually wash my pans all the way because sometimes I want that the leftover flavors. The thing is, now that I'm cooking the meat, I don't want because I use sugary based things. I don't want any kind of burning. So I'm gonna put this in my fridge. So now component 1 and component 2 are done. I said that I was gonna make a mayonnaise for you guys, so that's what I'm probably gonna do. Because we have some time. Like right now, the only thing I have physically left to do is the sandwich itself. So I'm gonna make a mayonnaise. I'll use this gravy boat, why not? So we want something a little bit strong in taste to complement the sweet of the chips. So I already use horseradish theoretically, but it's not as you're gonna taste it a little bit in the salad, but you're gonna taste it remotely stronger when it's direct, because it's like you're eating it directly rather than cooking it. So I added in some horseradish. I'm gonna add in the tiniest amount of raw minced garlic. Want that a little bit raw minced garlic. A little bit more. I think my fridge is a little bit cold. It's very thick. Very, very, very thick. Because when the temperature is a little bit warmer, it slides right out. Okay. I gotta be mindful. I'm not making a huge recipe, so I gotta be careful how much ingredient I'm putting, not to make it too strong. Where is my little friend? Oh, did I use it all? No. Found you. So, what I'm gonna do, which is a little bit unorthodox, because I've never done this before, and I'm not sure how many of you have ever done this before, I'm gonna add a little bit of sour cream to my mayonnaise. It's a bit fucking bizarre, right? But when you're adding in sour cream, it adds that acid that I was talking about, right? So you're gonna have that acid, you're also gonna have that light. So it's gonna be light and acid. And it's gonna complement the sweet of the potatoes. So, grab some of this, throw some of this in. So now we have acid, mostly, and sweet. What else can we add to make it a little bit, well, I want fierce, right? So garlic, horseradish, mayonnaise, sour cream. Obviously I'm gonna salt and pepper, that's without a question. I didn't salt and pepper the salad. Why? Because I put stuff that's already very fucking salty. So you don't want to salt on salt, that's disgusting. You're gonna, bleh, I don't want that. So what else can make this nice and sexy, especially even for a little bit of color? I like promoting spice. No problem, man. Have a good night. Super appreciate you being here. And everyone here. A little bit of Korean red pepper. Little bit. This shit is fucking spicy. Okay? Now, I'm not going to add my normal cracked salt. I'm going to add in smoked salt. So now you have a nice smoky flavor, and it's going to complement the freshness of the sour cream. I have aged balsamic vinegar that I'm going to add. That's going to be acidic and also sweet, so it fits the theme. I'm also going to add in a little bit of actual sugar. It's going to balance everything really nice. Now, how do you make it sexy? You add in a little bit of herbs and spices. So I'm getting my ultra big basket of spices because literally I cannot pull it out of my shelf. One day I'm probably going to show you a little bit better. So I'm grabbing some chives. Not a lot, just a little bit, just to add that little bit, you know, a little bit of onion taste. Parsley. Number one, I want to add some flavor, but number two, it looks very sexy. And when things look sexy, in your mind, it tastes sexy, because you eat with your eyes. If something looks like shit, even before you put it in your mouth, you're already having a mental judgment about it. Oh, this is not going to be good. So try to make your food look nice, and it will also taste nicer. Now, what else can I add? I'm going to add a little bit of basil. Why not? I think it's going to complement it really nice. A little bit of basil. What else can I make it? I already put garlic, so I'm not putting garlic. Chili doesn't work. What I could put is a bit of ground mustard. That kind of fits the theme of what I'm doing, right? So, you know, I don't want to put a lot. Just put a little bit. Okay, that's done. Now I'm gonna mix my sauce. Well, my mayonnaise. And then we're gonna get back to starting on the meat. Well, motherfucker. My bay leaves just trying to run away from me. We're gonna do everything but the meat. So I'm gonna work on the sandwich, the actual like sandwich bread part first, before I do the meat. Now, what I didn't tell you guys, but I was thinking about. Oh my god, this smells fucking good. I'm not exaggerating. This smells amazing. Wait, let me get this. Like, I don't know. I know that you guys can't really see thickness, but this is a really chunky mayonnaise. That's all I gotta say. You want to mix it pretty well. Ideally, you want some kind of round bowl, but this also could work. You're just trying to grab anything that's a liquid. You're just trying to add it in. Okay, this is good. So what I'm doing that I didn't tell you guys, I'm gonna add actually this to the actual meat in the sandwich. It's gonna be fucking nice. So let me just do another twist. Holy shit, that's fucking good. Oh, I'm getting excited. Now I'm gonna quickly wash my pan. If I can find my fucking find my sponge. Okay. Now, like I said, I almost never wash my pans, but when I don't want exterior elements, I'm gonna wash it. So this is good. I'm gonna grab my rag. It's not very dirty, but still. So I'm actually gonna use rye bread. So why rye? It's not a typical kind of bread, right? It's a bit spongy. The way it looks is very nice. I kind of wanted a brioche bread like I used last time for my stuff, but they didn't have any. So sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So you got to keep in mind the length of your sandwich, right? It's your basic standard rye bread, nothing fancy. Now, I want a straightforward sandwich. No bells and whistles. I'm adding mayonnaise. The one I made, that's fucking it. Meat, mayonnaise, that's it. So, what do we have so far? We have the chips. We have the salad that's cooling off. And then we have the sandwich. I think we're good to go. Let me think if there's anything else. I think we're okay. Oh, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make a caramelized onion. I'm gonna make caramelized onions. I think that will complement the dish, and at the same time, whoa, sorry about that. At the same time, it's gonna show you guys how to actually cut an onion without crying. If I cry on stream, I'm gonna be fucking pissed. So I'm gonna show you guys how to do it as simply as possible. So, how to cut an onion without crying. Let me explain something. So, the onion, it's full of sulfur. It's a sulfur that makes you cry. So what happens is, exposing the air to the sulfurs enters your eyes, makes you cry. How to stop that? You don't make the sulfur to enter the air. Now, I'm going to show you how to do that. So how you cut your onion. Obviously, cut the tips off. Doesn't work every single technique, but most techniques involve the onion cut like this. So tips off, taking it off like this. Sometimes, depending on what you're doing, I normally remove the first layer. So like this. Okay, so far so good. No onion in the face, no crying. Why? Because I didn't actually break apart any of the sulfur yet. It's still in the onion. I remember when I worked for one of the hotels that I did, I worked for an Italian chef, and he used to make the risotto every other day, and I had to cut the onions perfectly. I could not smoosh them. Why? Because if you smoosh it, you remove the liquids from the onion, and then the risotto is not going to be good, because you want that liquid onion inside the risotto when you cook it. So, yeah, I'll leave this the way it is. It's fine. So what you want to do when you're cutting your onions, okay? I'm doing it caramelized, so I don't need to cut it, I guess, perfectly squares. I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. And if you do it this way, you're not smooshing. And when you smoosh, the sulfur comes out because you're pressing down the sulfur and it's going in the air. So, very easy. Should I even... Is that better? Yeah. So, wait. I just don't want... Okay. So you're making inductions this way, widthwise, all the way to the end, but not completely to the end, because then you're breaking it. You want to leave some contact. So you're doing it like this. All the way. Now, you're cutting it the opposite way. So this is the hard part, is where a lot of people fuck up. I don't even do this a lot. I don't cook onions super much. But the tip of your knife is very important for it to be at the bottom. You're doing one motion down like this. Look, I'll show you. And this finger here, you're pushing the onion the other way. So, you're doing like kind of like that. So you're going like this, like that, like this, like that. Why are you doing it like this? So it keeps it, because you want to keep it formed, right? The second that it breaks form, you're in for trouble. Just cutting like this. Now there's the part where you could screw up. Okay, no screwing up. So see, so far, the onion's intact, no smooshing. Okay? So now you want clean motions. The knife technically this. The tip never leaves. You're going like this. Okay? Finger here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see what I'm doing, guys? See, you want to like this. You're never gonna cry. If you cut many onions, yeah, you're gonna cry because there's a little bit of sulfur every time you do it. But It's at a minimum. And for me, I don't need to look. I'm looking because, you know, I don't want to... I don't want any chances of fucking up on live, but... Basically, these are your onions. Look, nice and thinly cut. Look, my eyes right up to the onion. I'm not crying. So, it works. Just do it this way. You're never going to cry again. At least with onions. So... Now, like I said, I'm doing caramelized onions, so it doesn't really matter, per se. I'm going to add this to the mix anyway, but I just want it lengthwise. See, now I'm having trouble. I can't go anymore, okay? So I'm flipping it over like this, right? And be careful with your thumb when you're doing this. That's where people get cut. Normally it's the thumb, because the thumb's out. So, the pan is nice and hot. I am throwing in the onions. While not making a mess. That's the goal. Don't make a mess. So, this is all going in here. I'm going to be moving the camera angle very soon. Just stay tuned. This I don't have to worry about as much. There it is. So, this is where you need a nice spatula, which I'm going to get in a second. This is going to do a little wiping off. I can already smell the caramelization a little bit. See? So what you do, the trick that no one's going to teach you, that I'm going to teach you when you're doing onions. If you want a quick caramelization, you add sugar. Sugar naturally caramelizes. What you're also going to do, you're going to get yourself a cup of water. Could be from any orifice, I guess. And you're going to add a little bit of water when you're cooking. Why? Because it lifts all the burnt part from the bottom. It's going to help you tremendously when you're doing this. Okay, I'm not even going to add sugar. But you can. If you have a big batch of onions and you want to start the process, that's what you do. Oh, by the way, I got myself a drink, which I'm going to get now. I bought a whole bunch of these wines, and I never drink it. I have to drink it eventually. So, cheers to me. That is fucking cold. See, it's sticking. Second it sticks, water action. Bam. This is going to uplift all the burnt part from the pan. It's also called deglazing. Basically the same thing. What I could do, I could actually use wine though. So the next time, I'm just going to use ice cold wine that I'm drinking. Why not? There's literal chunks of ice. So, what about that? Gonna help the glaze. Hey buddy, my cat's here. Having a non-stick pan, by the way, guys, is super nice. Look at my pan. Nothing. That and a rubber spatula, you're set. Should I open the light? Is that? Oh yeah, much better. Oh, it's a lot of smoke. Sorry about that, buddy. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so the onions are almost done. Needs a little bit more, but not too much. Let me try one of my fries, actually. That's a starchy, sweet taste. Fucking beautiful. A little bit of water. Now, if you want, you could also add a little bit to this. I always like to add some salt. You notice everything I do is seasoned, and there's a reason why. You want everything to taste perfect individually. If everything tastes perfect individually, you have no chance of anything being gross. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of Worcestershire. Just a little bit. Not much. And a bit of thyme. Makes everything nice. I'm gonna give it a nice quick toss in a second. A little bit of water. Nope, it's nice and sticky, which is good. We want that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to let it finish reducing liquid, and then I'm going to put it on the side. And then we can do the meat once again. I'm spreading it out so that the liquid has more surface space to cook. Let it go for a little bit. Let it go for a little bit. Grabbing a bowl. Oh, no problem. I appreciate you being here. Sorry about that, guys. So, this is done. I'm going to put this beautiful creation in here. There's slight sticking, only because it didn't deglaze that last time. So, I'm going to put the camera here to relax a little bit, because it's getting very, very hot. And because it's sticking, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some water. Clean it out a little bit. Okay, so guys, I've never done this before, so if I screw up, you can laugh at me, but hopefully I don't. Should be okay. Should be fine. Okay, so I'm grabbing my meat. Haha. Didn't mean that literally. Don't get excited, guys. And then I'm gonna start placing it in the pan. I'm gonna close this like this. This should be fine. Now my pan is not hot enough, right? I'm waiting till it gets nice and fucking sexy hot. And how do I know that? Because there's a little bit of water in the pan. I need to see. When the water starts to evaporate, it means it's getting hot. In the meanwhile, cheers. See here? I don't know if you can see that. The water's coming out. Okay. Grabbing some tongs, because I don't want to make a complete mess of myself. And I start adding in the meat. Now, we want to have it as spread out as possible. It's very sticky, so it might not be the easiest job in the world. But we're going to do our best. Oh, getting hit, guys, getting hit. I don't want my camera to get all fucked up. Oh yeah, look at this thick piece. Oh god, yeah, sexy. Oh yeah. If I could do this all in one batch, that would be super nice. I don't think it's possible though, but we're gonna definitely try. A nice thick one here. Oh, it's 2 pieces. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do, I'm starting off the heat in this and I'm gonna broil it. Why am I broiling it? I want even cooking. So, take some side. I'm gonna dump all the extra liquid in here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So I give it a little shake. You know what? No, I'm gonna leave it like this. It's fine. Or do it. No. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna broil it. If I left it the way it was, it would be okay. I can, especially since it's in like a marinade. But I'd rather cook from both ways. It's just gonna be more even for cooking. And I don't think it's going to be rare daisy, by the way, so you're lucky. It's probably going to be just like, I don't want to say well done. It's going to break my heart, but. So, what am I doing? I'm going to add in, oh, wait a minute. No, I'm not going to do it. I was going to add in quail eggs, but I'm not going to do it. So, basically, I'm going to do a layer of the mayo that I made. Then I'm going to do a layer of the caramelized onions. And then I'm going to do the sexy meat. It should be fantastic. I've never had this before, like I said. It's the first time me making steak like this, but I think it's going to be really good. If you decide to do this at home, which I suggest you do, keep in mind the steak that you're using. You want preferably like strip loin steak or rib, or filet mignon, or sirloin. These are all like the insides, right? You don't want shoulder, you don't want inside round. These are very tough. It takes time to cook this. At the same time, like it's, okay, so normally, especially for inside round, you leave, I don't know if it's legal, but basically they pierce it with a machine to make it more tender. When you're, the second you pierce meat, going from the top layer to the inside, you're introducing bacteria on the inside. So you cannot no longer have it anything but well done, because then you're potentially going to hurt yourself. So like this, the rib steak, it's perfectly good. Like, I could even eat it raw. Well, I'm not going to eat it raw. You can even have it seared and then blue in the inside, and it's going to be perfectly safe. As long as the outside is cooked, the inside is perfectly fine. It's going to take a little bit longer like this, but the result should be evener cooking, so it's going to be nice. And yeah, I hope this is going to turn out really good. I'm going to get my plate a little bit ready. I'm going to go with a square plate. Also going to take this off. I'm gonna get a napkin just to like remove all the excess water. I just washed these dishes earlier. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see this. It's hard to see. Wait, let me shut the light. Yeah, okay, so the meat is like kind of cooked, but not all the way. So I'm cooking it a little bit more. But then it's going to be very nice. I don't want to overcook it. That's the problem. So for me, I really want a nice textured kind of meat. But we're going to see. What I'm also thinking, like, hindsight's 2020, but the rye bread, it's not super thick, right? What I think is gonna happen is it's gonna fucking fall apart when I eat this. But it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Oh fuck, man! I'm so excited. So what I could do now, I could actually start to layer it a little bit. And I don't care. I know it's on an onion board. I hate raw onions with a passion. It's fine. I'm gonna let it go for now. So a little bit of that mayonnaise. Ideally, a spoon would be nice, but you know, you use what you have. You try and make it as even as possible. Ooh, sorry. Even as possible. Doesn't really matter, like not a crazy amount, but still. I really don't want to cook more than this, guys, but tiny bit more, and then we're good. I'm gonna grab a little bit of these. Why am I doing this on a cutting board, not directly on the plate? Presentation. I don't want to make a mess. If I make a mess on the cutting board, it's okay. But okay, this I want to spread out a little bit. I don't want to use a whole lot, and I could also use some of it for decoration. So I don't know why the camera wasn't here. I apologize for my failures, guys. Oh, it's very hot. I'm an asshole. Sorry. Sorry, camera. Okay, I hear popping, so that means I take it off. Yep, it's hot. Now I'm gonna throw the potatoes. No, I'll leave it the way it is. It's okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna move it to here. Is this gonna work? No. Not gonna work. Wait a minute. That could kind of work. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Good enough. No. Put one sandwich like this. One like this. Okay, back to my tongs. Gonna give it a nice quick rinsing. Again, disclaimer, never did this before. We'll see how it goes. Holy shit, that's hot. Okay, okay. Let's see. I'm lightly taking off some of the marinade once I do the little exchange from pan to sandwich. It's not a huge thing. I am doing my best to try and grab single pieces, but yeah, it's very hard. Wow, I didn't actually make any mess on my plate yet. Knock on wood. Okay, so far so good. I don't know how sexy that looks, but from where I'm standing, looks kind of amazing. I'm not gonna lie. I'm scared to make my sandwich more than this. I'll go a little bit more. Jesus Christ, that looks fucking good. Wow, guys, I did look mess free. How's that even possible? I'm some kind of fucking wizard or something. I don't know. All this heat is making my my nostrils come out. So Lightly gonna press on there. Bam and bam. I'm gonna slightly move this more. This way. I think this is gonna be a fucking sexy picture. So, okay, fries. I'm just gonna do a little bit of a layering. Nothing too complicated. Look at that sexy layering. The further it goes, the higher it gets. I'll use that one. Push it more this way. I don't know why I'm ASMRing. Sorry, that was a bit sexual. Sorry. I need space also for my my other salad, so gotta keep that in mind. Oh. It's probably a little bit better of an angle. Okay, sexy salad. Let's see how you're doing. Oh, yep. I think we have looked off. Okay. Let me see. Oh, it's fucking cold. My fridge is awesome. Okay, I might need to tong this. I'm gonna tong it. Holy shit! That's fucking crazy! The ginger is strong as fuck, but in a good way. So, oh, this is being hard. Yeah, wow, I knew it. Okay, shit. That actually looks really nice, right? You guys can't see it good though, that's the thing. I'm gonna get a better angle when I'm done, so you guys can see it. Hard to grab this. I'm gonna have to use my fingers. I want a tomato here, a little tomato there. Okay, I think I want a little bit of height, that's why. Nice. Okay, so that's done. That salad's done. So now I have all that sexy goddamn liquid. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna slightly move this that way. Slightly move this like this. Oh fuck, man. This sandwich is structurally compromised, and I'm gonna put some of that caramelized action coming out. Oh yeah, look at that. Fuck yeah, that's sexy. And I'm gonna put a microscopic amount of that liquid on the sandwich. I shouldn't, to be honest, because well, I'm gonna make it very structurally. Oh, I can make it. Oh fuck! I didn't put my mayonnaise. Oh no. How am I gonna do this? I'll show you guys something, okay? There's a top secret way of making a dip container. Watch this shit, man, okay? You grab your aluminum foil and you're bending it in half. So yeah, in half. Try to push it a bit. You bend it again in half. Now what you need is some kind of cylindrical apparatus. Coincidentally, I have this. So what you do, you're gonna bend all the aluminum foil upwards. Kind of like a, I don't even know, like a ring, I guess? Okay. And you kind of force a little bit. You use those guns that you have. So you just kind of force a little bit. Then you take this out. And it looks like a little screwed up kind of circle thing. So then what you do, you grab yourself a little pair of good old scissors. And you want this over a trash can. So this is not going to be the sexiest one I've ever made in my life, I'll be honest. You also want to give it a little bit of a tap. Look. Guess what? That's one less thing I'm going to wash after. So, I fucking win either way. So, I grab some of that mayonnaise, plop it inside. Fantastic. See, now I was thinking of Luna about this next idea, but I don't think I'm gonna do it. Only because my sandwiches are not structurally inclined. If it was a brioche, I would be fucking all over this idea. But basically, I have all that juice left over, which I could turn into a sauce. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna use it for another recipe, or I'm gonna use it for another dip. But that sauce is destructively good. I tasted it. I dipped my finger. Awesome. Bam. Bam and bam, and then thank you, ma'am. Mayo. So that's good. Wait a minute, I have a spatula for a reason. I'm gonna use it. Oh god, that's fucking good. No, but seriously, this, fuck. Good thing I have a VOD. I'm gonna take a look at what I actually put inside. I have to remake this again. It's awesome. Oh, what I could do theoretically, I could dip the bread on one side in the sauce. No, I'm gonna fuck up if I do that. Okay, so where's my camera? This is basically what it looks like. Not bad, right? Okay, that's it.